Most sellers think the most important part of selling their home happens after it's listed. They think that once the sign goes in the yard and the listing goes live, the market will slowly decide what the home is worth. But the reality is, the first week on the market often tells you more than the next 3 months combined. And that's something a lot of sellers don't realize until it's too late. Because when a home first hits the market, that's when you have everyone's attention. Every buyer who's been actively searching, every agent who's monitoring new inventory, and every family waiting for the right home in the neighborhood. They're all seeing your property at the exact same time. You only get one chance to create that first impression, and that initial launch period creates momentum that can either work for you or against you. Now let's talk about why. When a home first becomes available, it shows up as a brand new listing. Buyers are naturally drawn to new inventory. People who've been searching for weeks or months are excited because finally there's something that they haven't already looked at, and that creates urgency. Because buyers know they're not the only ones seeing it. They assume other buyers are looking too, and that's exactly what you want as a seller. The strongest negotiation position for a seller is when they have multiple buyers believing that they may have competition. Not necessarily because there actually is competition, but because there could be. That's when buyers move faster. That's when they schedule showings immediately. That's when they make stronger offers. And that's when they stop trying to negotiate every little detail. But that urgency, it doesn't last forever. If a home sits for several weeks without activity, buyers start asking questions. What's wrong with it? Why didn't it sell right away? Did it fail inspection? Is it overpriced? Is there something they're not seeing? And whether those concerns are valid or not doesn't really matter, because perception becomes reality. I've seen beautiful homes sit simply because they missed that initial launch opportunity, not because the house was bad, not because the location was bad, but because the pricing strategy or marketing strategy wasn't aligned from day one. One of the biggest mistakes sellers make is assuming they can always lower the price later. Technically, that's true, but the market doesn't react the same way after a reduction as it does during a fresh launch. When a property first hits the market, buyers are curious. When a property gets a price reduction, buyers become cautious. Those are two very different emotions, and emotions drive real estate decisions far more than people realize. This is especially true here in South Florida. We have buyers coming from all over the country: New York, New Jersey, Illinois, California, Texas. Many of them are relocating. Many are investing. Many are monitoring the market remotely before they even get on a plane. When they see a new listing, they're paying attention immediately. But once a property becomes stale, that attention starts to fade. That's why preparation before launch is so important. The photos matter, the videos matter, the pricing matters. The condition of the property matters, and the description of the property matters. Everything contributes to that first impression, because buyers don't experience your home for the first time when they walk through the front door. They experience it online first, and it's usually on their phone, usually in just a few seconds. And during those few seconds, they're deciding whether they want to learn more or not. That's why I often tell sellers the work starts before the listing goes live, not after. The goal isn't simply to put a house on the market. The goal is to launch it correctly. Think about it this way. Imagine two identical homes, same neighborhood, same floor plan, same condition. One launches with professional marketing, strong pricing, and creates immediate interest. The other launches, overprice, and adjust later. Even though they're nearly identical homes, they have completely different outcomes. One creates urgency, the other creates hesitation. And hesitation is expensive because every extra week on the market can reduce your leverage. Buyers start feeling like they have more negotiation power, and they often do. That's why the first week matters so much. It's when buyers are paying the most attention. It's when your listing is the newest. It's when you have great opportunity to create momentum. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces in real estate. The truth is, many homes don't sell because of what happens after they're listed. They sell because of everything that happened before they were listed. The preparation, the strategy, the pricing, the presentation. Those decisions often determine whether a home gets strong activity immediately or spends months trying to recover from a weak launch. If you're thinking about selling in South Florida, don't focus on getting your home listed. Focus on getting it launched correctly, because the first week may end up being more important than the next 3 months combined.